I thought it appropriate to record my post South by Southwest video when I'm still sort of got my post South by Southwest uh, um, Kathleen Turner voice, and also while I'm still a little gross, because I was at South by for almost the whole stretch. I was there for 7 days, seven of the what is it, 17, 18 of the 10 days. So that's most of the fest. Unfortunately, I was working the whole time. Not unfortunately, I enjoy my job, but I was working most of the time, so I only got to see uh, 4 films. But I actually saw the film that we were presenting as Filmstruck earlier, and I didn't review it because it was a secret. So now it's 5 films. So I'm going to talk about all 5 films in this one video because I don't want to do individual videos, it's too much. But I want to say that I had a lot of fun at South by. This is my first time there. Austin's a really wonderful city. I bought an armadillo. So, really, all you need to know, and it's got a baby pouch. There's a baby in there. So, really, all you need to know about Austin is that you can buy an armadillo stuffed animal. No, I saw a lot of films. A lot of films. I saw 4 films. I think my partner in crime, Alicia Malone, she saw like I don't know 18 films or some crazy number. She's fantastic. I saw 4 plus the 5th one that I'm going to talk about. The first one I saw was Janicza Bravo's Lemon. Janicza Bravo directed the best episode of Atlanta, Juneteenth. This film she co-wrote with her partner Brett Gelman, and it's sort of about uh, people who are unable to communicate and are sort of stuck in life and the mediocrity of their own life and mediocrity of their own life, and they're trying to no mediocrity mediocreness. There we go. I don't know. That's not the right word. And that's he's this main character is played by Brett Gelman, and he has issues with his girlfriend. He has issues with his family. He has issues with his professional career, all of which culminate in this film that is very bizarre, and I can't even describe what it's like because I can't think of anything that it's like. Like the closest thing you can get to a film that's similar is her episode of Atlanta. So if you've seen that, you maybe have a little idea of her very dry humor. But it's mordant is a good descriptor, and it's a mordant comedy, and I recommend it. It had David Paymer in it, so it's good to see David Paymer come back out. So it got picked up by Magnolia, I think, so it should be in theaters at some point. That's my cat in the background. She's been abandoned. The next film I saw was actually my favorite film at the fest. This was John Carroll Lynch's Lucky. John Carroll Lynch, obviously an actor. He's in Fargo. He's not the Zodiac Killer, but maybe he is in Zodiac. But he's not going to tell you. And he did this directorial debut. It stars Harry Dean Stanton. It's written by, where is it? Doesn't say. Logan Sparks and Drago Simonja. And Logan Sparks is Harry Dean Stanton's personal assistant. So he's been working on this. I mean, he's been working with him for a very long time. And a lot of the mannerisms of the character in this film are sort of based on Harry Dean. And one of the producers is also Stephen Bear, and I got to meet him and talk about Deep Space Nine, and it was kind of amazing. And also the 4400, which I still have every single season on DVD. If you have not seen the 4400 and you like Mahershala Ali, go watch it. He's great in it. But anyways, back to Lucky. John Carroll Lynch is a great director. It's such a beautiful, almost understated but lovely look at this man who's 90 years old. He's in the middle of nowhere, Arizona. He is at the edge of his life, but he's not. He's super healthy, and so he's like, I'm gonna die soon, but I don't know when because I don't have any ailments, and he's trying to find some sort of acceptance of that. And it's probably the best performance of Harry Dean Stanton, or at the very least, Fanny, stop digging. She's digging. It's probably, if not his best performance, the topper of his career. It's the culmination of everything you know and love about Harry Dean Stanton in one film. He's amazing. I can't believe he's 90. I hope he gets remembered come award season for this performance, and I also would like some love for David Lynch's supporting role in this film. He is brilliant. It's also his best acting performance, I think, and it's just such a lovely, heartfelt film. I didn't know really much going into it other than like the still of Harry Dean with that cowboy hat, and then when it was over, I was like, what did I just watch? This is so beautiful. It's just a very moving film. I'm not sure if it got picked up for distribution, but it should, and you should check it out when it's around you because it is so good. It's actually, there's one more screening if you're still at South by and you're watching this. There's one more screening on the 18th, and I just highly recommend it. It's such a beautiful film. Fanny. So the next film I watched was Laura Terruso's Fits and Starts. She co-wrote Hello, My Name is Doris, and I unfortunately missed that film last year, and I still haven't rented it because I'm the worst. Fanny! But this was written and directed by her, and it stars, where is it? Stars Wyatt Cenac and Greta Lee as a married couple who are both writers. The wife slightly more successful than the husband, and it takes place over one night and one day where they're at a reading of her book. They meet her publishers. They get invited to the salon. He doesn't want to go. She's got work to do. He gets invited to read some of his work, so she drops her work and they're going to go. They have trouble getting a car because they have to get from New York to Connecticut. They have trouble with the wine. They have trouble because they're a married couple. They have all kinds of shenanigans happen. They get separated. There's a party from hell, like a pretentious art party from hell, all of which culminates in them probably being better off in their marriage and as creative people. It's a really fun film. Anyone who's ever done like art of any kind and has been to an art party has been to this party. This might be that party turned up a little bit, but only a little bit. It was really fun, and the main performance from Wyatt Cenac is so charming and wonderful, and I hope this film goes far and wide and you all get to see it because it is a beautiful, cute, fun, hilarious film, and it had a Snapped on Oxygen joke, and as someone who used to binge watch Snapped on Oxygen when I was in college, I really appreciated that joke. So it's a whole lot of people you would recognize from TV and indie film, and there's not a name attached to this film, but you should definitely check it out. It's just so much fun. God, stop digging! Now she's in my suitcase. What a crazy cat. All right, so what do we got? Oh, God, we have 2 minutes left. Okay, the next film I watched was called Flesh and Blood. It was written and directed and starred Mark Webber. There's a dramatic arc to it, like a fictionalized dramatic arc to it, but the bulk of the film is based on his real family. His real family plays his real family. His mother plays his mother. His half-brother plays his half-brother. There's interviews with his half-brother's father. There's interviews with his real father. It's all inspired by his real family. His mother is an activist who at one point committed welfare fraud and in 2012 ran for vice president with Jill Stein. Real thing that happened. It's one of those films that mixes documentary with fiction, and it does it really, really well. And it's heartfelt and funny in places that you aren't expecting, and dramatic. And sort of the greatest, I think, thing about it was the sort of time capsule of Mark's younger brother Guillermo, and seeing this kid who's just been diagnosed with Asperger's sort of coming to his own and coming of age and realizing who he is in life, and seeing where his family came from, and seeing where his brother has gone, and seeing where he can go. So it's just a beautiful, heartfelt film that is really one of a kind because it sort of shows that like true life can be stranger than fiction, even when you add some fiction in. So that's great. That's Flesh and Blood. And the last film, which is a film I saw a couple of weeks ago in prep for South by, is David Lynch, The Art Life, which we premiered, Filmstruck premiered. It's a documentary about David Lynch as an artist. Oh God, we've hit 10 minutes. It's about David Lynch as an artist. If you love David Lynch's films and work as a filmmaker, you get to see how that art and how his art school life sort of influenced that and made him the artist he is today. But also, he talks a lot about some of his younger life stories that I haven't read in any of his books that illuminate certain scenes in some of his films. So, really, if you're a David Lynch fan, this is a film for you. It's going to be distributed by Janus later this year, and I highly, highly recommend it. It's a great documentary about an artist, about what it is to create, and about one of the world's greatest living artists, Mr. David Lynch. So I recommend that. That was South by. Check out my Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Tumblr. I've got all kinds of posts. I did a lot of crazy things. It was a great month. Well, it was a week. It was a great week.